Well, this is the car that we went to Montana to go get that I mentioned quick in the last video. And as one of you guessed right in the comments, it is a 69 Coronet. Specifically, it's a 69 Coronet Deluxe, which is post car, plain interior, nothing special. It's the lowest trim you could get in the Coronet line. But it's actually a pretty cool car. So we're gonna do a quick little walk around. I'll show you what I got going on, and we'll talk about, you know, what are we gonna do with it. So first of all, it's a 318 car, automatic transmission, bench seat, column shift. It's originally this awesome B5 blue, which everybody loves pretty much. I don't know anybody that doesn't. It's got some issues. It's, you know, this fender's hit crunched in a little bit, but you know, it's fixable, or I can get a different fender, and it's just overall pretty nice car. The downside is somebody, previous owner, put quarters on it, and they didn't exactly do it right. You can still see, I haven't done anything with it yet, you can still see the roughness of some of this body filler that they put over the seam where they welded. So that's an issue. Odds are it's going to have to be kind of stripped. Probably might even need to pull the quarters back off to adjust them and fix them, because there's just some issues. But we'll see what happens. We'll see where we get. But overall, pretty nice car. Very plain, like I said, Coronet Deluxe. It doesn't even have a tail panel or anything on it, no trim panel. You can see here where they put the quarters on. They did the half quarters where it comes up to here. Also, there's some kind of damage going on here for some reason. I don't know why, but you know, things happen to these cars all the time, and you never really know what they went through. So anyways, there's a dealer tag for those of you guys that like that stuff. Wilson Motors in Butte, Montana. That's where it spent most of its life. So really cool car. And here we'll look at the interior a little bit. I mean, again, basic car, rubber floor mats, the dome light even works, and we'll even start the thing. And now it doesn't want to. It was just running a minute ago. And it is running, and the gas gauge is even working. I was wondering why it wouldn't want to start earlier. It was out of gas, so I threw about 1.5 gallons in there, as you can tell. I mean, it doesn't have much in it. And even the horn works. So, really cool car. All the lights work. Dome lights on. It's running pretty good. 318 runs pretty good. There's a small top end tick. It is a little low on oil. Probably throw a little bit of thicker oil in there, see if that helps it out. But you know, we'll just take it one step at a time. So I'll set you guys back here, and I'll give the 318 a little bit of RPM and see how it sounds. And again, it's been sitting for a while, so you know, it's not going to be the greatest, but we'll see how it sounds on camera at least. Doesn't sound too bad out of the factory single exhaust, but yeah, I don't know. So we'll start off here. It does have a aftermarket radio. Here's the original one, but it does have aftermarket radio. And I was pretty happy to see when I opened in here. Here's the radio bezel, and there's even the original dealer owner's manual still in the plastic. So this thing's really kind of a cream puff, honestly. Or actually, I'll probably take the keys so I can show you guys in the trunk. So this car is not perfect. It's got some issues, obviously the quarters being the big one, but secondarily the trunk, it's good. It's very good for a, you know, 56-year-old car, you know, at the filming of this. But There's a couple holes in here. There's a couple pinholes in the bottom of these ribs. I vacuumed it out, and it just needs some work. So we'll see how it goes. There's one tiny little pinhole over there. Best thing we can do if we hold on to the car is POR 15, you know, get a good layer of that in here, and that'll seal up a couple pinholes and stop the rust. So that's probably the plan. But trunk closes nice. Got a good set of keys, which I can't tell you how many times we bought cars that don't even have any keys. So quick look at what's going on here. I just blocked this out a little bit just to see how bad it was. The problem is, like you can see on this crack, this is where they put the quarter on, right across here. And this is, you guys can't probably see, but this is a high spot right here where they welded it. So it's kind of heaved up in the middle. So this either needs to be cut and flattened back out, or maybe you could kind of hammer and dolly it flat, but it definitely needs some adjustment. So we'll see what happens. But I was trying to knock some of the roughness off of this and see what we were really working with. Also, as you can notice, most of this car is in gray primer, you know, rattle can stuff they just put on it. And we're just gonna strip as much of that off and get as much of this blue showing as possible. Unfortunately, there are bare metal spots that were sanded, so I guess my plan, if we get to this point and it doesn't sell first, is strip all the, you know, gray primer off, and any spots that are bare metal, we're going to try to find a red oxide primer like the original here and try to just fill in those bare spots so they're not, you know, going to sit there and rust. So that's kind of what we could do just to preserve it, or better yet, we might have an opportunity to paint the whole car. So, you know, rough in the bodywork and just make a driver. You know, we're not going for crazy stuff, not going for, you know, block it and buff it 100 times and make sure it's, you know, you can read, you know, in the reflection of it. But we're gonna see what we could do. Might just go ratty driver, might just sell it, or might just, you know, kind of tear it apart and paint it. So, but the nice thing is, it is a runner driver. I drove it around the yard, and it's, like I said, just a 318, just a 2-barrel, you know, nothing fancy. One of the only options it has is it has power steering. That's pretty much it. So that's fine, but I'll tell you, I mean, I'm driving it around, the brakes feel pretty good, the engine itself feels pretty good. Like I said, a small top end tick. It might be a lifter just still not coming around yet. It might be, you know, something else. I don't know. I don't think this engine has ever really been tore into, but, you know, again, I'm not sure. I don't have a ton of history on this car. So got this thing out of Montana from my buddy Billy. It was a friend of a friend's car, and very happy that that we got it from him. It's a good car. It was a pretty good deal, and, you know, thank you to him if he's watching. But yeah, we'll just kind of see what happens here. I got a guy coming, he wants to look at it today, so this might be the end. It might just be short and sweet, but, you know, it might hang around for a while, and I guess I'm not necessarily opposed to either option. I like the car, I love the color, so we'll see what happens. And I'm just happy to see a car this original still surviving, because I mean, that's the original washer reservoir right there, and it's holding fluid. I don't know how, but it's holding fluid. So that in itself is just impressive. So we'll see what happens. I don't know what the future holds for this, but I will let you guys know as soon as I know, which will be in the matter of a few days. And if the guy coming today doesn't want it, there's a chance that this might come with us to Mopars in the Park 2025 in Farmington, Minnesota. Not sure yet. We got a ton of things kind of in the works for that, and that's a week away. So we'll see what happens, but hopefully some of you guys enjoy seeing me drag more of this stuff home, and let me know in the comments, what would you guys do if you had this car? Would you leave it alone and drive it like it is? Would you tear it apart and restore it? Would you make it a ratty driver? What would you do? So let me know what you think, and definitely consider like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video.